Will Nainital look like this in the future? Well, people are relocating from the hill town of Uttarakhand's Joshimath, and experts have warned that this isn't a lone event. Just like Joshimath, several other towns in the foothills of the Himalayas are vulnerable to ground subsidence due to land subsidence, which is one of the biggest, in fact, overlooked environmental consequences as human-led activity increases without any regard for the geology of the local region. Joshimath is experiencing a similar situation, with the land underneath moving because of a weak foundation and enhanced erosion due to the incessant rainfall and floods in the recent past. Human activity remains the biggest contributor to this. However, the prime reason behind the sudden trigger in the situation is the reactivation of the main central thrust, or the MCT2. It's the geological fault under which the Indian plate has pushed under the Eurasian plate along the Himalayas. A professor of geology at Kumaon University, Dr. Bahadur Singh Kotlia says, and I quote, "This MCT2 zone has reactivated, which is causing the sinking of ground in Joshimath, and no geologist can predict when this reactivation will happen. We've been warning governments for 2 decades now, but it was all ignored till now. You cannot fight geology, you cannot fight nature." He warns Joshimath is not the only such event. Just like Joshimath, Nainital is also experiencing heavy bouts of tourism with an unchecked spate of construction. The town is situated in the Kumaon Lesser Himalaya, and a 2016 report indicates that half of the area of the township is covered with debris generated by landslides. However, analysis of the 2009 Balianala landslide identified the vulnerability of this town. The slope pattern seems to be the fundamental factor for the catastrophe, as most of the area possesses very high slopes. Secondly, rock types also play a very dominant role in the mass movements, followed by the tectonic setup of the area. Dr. Kotlia noted that reactivation of any geological fault or thrust cannot be stopped by mankind. It's a natural process and will keep damaging weak zones of any area. A geological study around Nainital by researchers from the Wadia Institute of Geology and Graphic Era Hill University also found similar implications. This was back in 2016. According to the professor, what we're seeing in Joshimath can very easily and soon replicate in Nainital, in Uttarkashi and Champawat, which are highly prone to seismic activity, to reactivation of fault lines, and being hit by a massive surge of population and construction activities. The foundation of these cities is very poor, and that's what makes them very, very vulnerable. The study confirmed that the area dominantly comprises limestone with shale and slate, which are highly crushed and weathered due to the presence of the Nainital Lake Fault. The study found that these rocks and the underlying soil have very low strength. If that's the case, the situation seems dangerous and prompt action needs to be taken apart from the mandated evacuation of the residents that's underway in Joshimath.
For more informative videos like this, keep watching India Today Newsmo.